testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, and good evening and welcome to St. John's United Methodist Church, where we're hosting our third monthly series of musical performances. Every third Thursday of each month in September, different musical performances have been occurring here at St. John's. St. John's has a commitment of giving back to the community through our food bank, shut-in ministries, education, and several other outreach services. This music program is an expression of gratitude for the many blessings the church has received. Sharing it with you here is our privilege and our reward. Should you be interested in community, service, worship, or just curious about who we are, I invite you to come Sunday and sit in on one of our 2 morning services at 9 or 11:15 a.m. All are welcome. Commercial out of the way. Now, let's get to the music I'm really excited about tonight. I've looked at the program. It looks amazing. Let me introduce you to our musical liaison from Texas A&M University Music Department in Corpus Christi, Dr. Mary Thornton.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out for tonight's concert. As Roy was telling you, what we're interested in is outreach and making sure that you have faces and sounds and ideas that go along with the work that's happening at the university. So the students you're going to hear tonight, and they're all students, participate in our Islander Chamber Music Scholarship Program. So all of these students are the beneficiaries of a full tuition scholarship that is funded by the Harmon A. and Grace Dobson Family Foundation here in town. And as part of that scholarship, they are all involved in reaching out to the public schools here in Corpus Christi. So the Woodwind Quintet and the Brass Quintet, they do outreach for this year and next year at Grant Middle School. Every 2 years we go to a different middle school and help with the beginning band students after school, free lessons once a week. And then our vocal students, the Islander Voices +1, includes Alana on piano. They do outreach at the end of each semester where they go to any grade level, K through 12, they go out to the schools and they do a performance with voices and keyboard that really is an opportunity for us to sort of let students in Corpus know what's happening at the university, spark their interest in music everywhere from kindergarten on, support our colleagues that teach in the public schools. And the String Quartet has an entire program that is at, what center is it at?
Garcia.
The Garcia Center. So once a week they do string lessons for young string students that are just getting started. So we cover everything: voice, strings, piano, brass instruments, like my favorite, the very best. Okay, fine, not a lot of brass players in the crowd tonight. That's okay. So without any further talking, we're just delighted that you can be here this evening and hear some of the great work that our students have been doing. And with no further delay, I'd like to welcome to the stage the Lichtenstein String Quartet. Now we're going to turn sort of this direction, and we're going to have our Islander Voices Plus One do a set of a couple of vocal duets, and then Alon will do a solo piano piece, the danza. So welcome now, the Islander Voices Plus One.
What's played at the Roxy? I'll tell you what's played at the Roxy. A picture about a Minnesota man's full love of the Mississippi girl that he sacrifices everything and moves all the way to Biloxi. That's what's played at the Roxy.
What's in the daily news? I'll tell you what's in the daily news. Story about a guy who bought despite the small rupee with what otherwise would have been his union dues. That's what's in the daily news.
What's happening all over? I'll tell you what's happening all over. Guys sitting home by television set once used to be something of a rover. That's what's happening all over. Love is the thing that is victim, and it looks like Nathan's just another victim. Yes, sir. When you see a guy who's with stars in the sky, you can bet he'll be doing it for some dough.
When you spot a John waiting at the rain, chances are he's insane, as only a John can be for a chain.
When you meet a gent paying all kinds of rent for a flat that could flatten
they'll be making it for some more.
When a bum buys wine like a bum can afford, it's a cinch the bum is under the thumb of some little broad.
When you meet a mug, lately out of the jug, and he's still lifting platinum holder on.
Call it hell, call it heaven, it's a probable 12 to 7 that the guy's only doing it for some dough.
When you see a sport, and his cash hasn't short, you can bet that he's making it for some dough.
When a guy wearing his tail swing the front leaning white, who the heck do you think he's tickling ring on Saturday night?
When a lazy snob takes a good steady job, and he's still lifting platinum for their own.
Call it dumb, call it clever, oh, but you can give odds forever that the guy's only doing it for some dough, some dough, some dough. The guy's only doing it for some dough.
No more beats. You need, you don't. You on. As simple as a Excuse me. Remember, no more songs hard at me. You need, you don't. Well, don't just stand there, groping like a fraud. Reading me an invitation to play with me with the rain and then be gone. I have no invitation, but would very much like to join you. I was without you wanna be. I haven't eaten much of this, but I have no invitation. But today I'd like to join in. Remember, no more please, excuse me. You need, you don't, excuse me. Pardon me, excuse me. You on. As simple as a I beg your pardon, please. Perhaps your tongue is using too much pepper because
Stage, and I have a few more thank yous. So, in addition to the Dobson Foundation that helps with the Islander Winds and the Brass Quintet and the Islander Voices, we're also fortunate that the Lichtenstein Foundation supports our string quartet scholarships. So, it's a real community funded project, all of this chamber music, and so that's why it's important for us to do things like this where we reach out and give back. And in addition to thanking the people that support our students financially, I need to thank the faculty that help them sound so good. So each of these groups has a faculty mentor, and for the Islander Winds, we actually have two. Dr. Rachel Messing and Dr. Caitlin Bear, who just moved the chairs and stands, are the faculty mentors for this group. Dr. Carrie Pierce takes care of the Lichtenstein String Quartet. And the amount of time that these folks put in with these students is quite substantial, and I believe that it is reflected in their sound and in their performance and how they learn how to work together as a musical group. Chamber music is a very special thing, and these students are extremely fortunate to be able to have these groups as undergraduates. It's a rare, very rare thing. I think the only other full tuition scholarships for undergraduate chamber ensembles are at the Frost School of Music at University of Miami. So we are very appreciative to those folks, and I'm very appreciative to the faculty that work so hard to help these students reach their potential. So, with no further talking, the Islander Winds. last piece, Umoja, was written by Valerie Coleman, who's a member of the Amani Winds. And that's a group that we were able to bring to campus to give a concert and work with our students in masterclass situations. And that's another thing that we try to do, is bring really the best groups from around the world to come to our school and work with our students in chamber music settings. And we are often the beneficiaries of members of our community to help make that happen. One of the things I'd like you all to put on your calendar for the future is we are building a new building. I don't know if you know this, but there's going to be a new music and theater building on our campus. There's a big hole in the ground already. And one of the things that will be there is a recital hall. And a recital hall is a smaller venue, probably 200 seats, sort of perfect for chamber music, right? And so we're very excited about when we will be opening that recital hall, which should be, well, everyone says spring of 26, but I'm sort of pessimistic, so I say fall of 26. And we'll be having some fantastic concerts to open that facility, and our students that will be in these groups then will be a big part of that. And as always, we are looking for continued support in getting the finishing touches on our building. So if anyone is interested in supporting, bringing guest artists into concert series to work with our students, or in helping us with the building, feel free to reach out anytime. I'm very easy to find on the internet. And now we have the Islander Brass Quintet +1. And with the debate that the faculty have with these groups all the time is if they're going to talk or not. Are the students going to MC themselves? And I, of course, told my group that they're going to do it. So I'm going to set the microphone right here. And when it's time, you know.
again for coming. The piece you just heard was Mexican Melodies by Alan Dean. The second piece we'll be playing is Iron Horse called Blue Goose, first movement by Kevin McKean. When he made this piece, he wanted the audience to experience how he grew up. So you'll hear sounds in the beginning of train tracks. It was simple, but it was one of his greatest joys, so I hope you enjoy.
Hello, everybody. Before we play our last piece, I'm going to introduce the band. So on trumpet here is Jaden Bowers on trumpet. On the other trumpet is Gavin Granados. On trombone is Ben Gavareno. On French horn here is Tyler Gonzalez. On tuba is Jesse Solis. And our percussionist right over there, wait, that is Jason Garcia. And all of us together with the ensemble brass quintet +1. So the last piece we're going to play is called Fire Dance by Anthony DeLorenzo. He goes by Tony, but he's mostly an amazing trumpet player. He's from Seattle, so he composed a lot of music for brass quintets and soundtracks and stuff. And this is one of the brass quintets that he composed. So hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much.